You either come with us quietly or we're going to drag you out of here. And I've never been in trouble with the police. So I was not getting dragged out of my own cafe in front of a lot of people. I walked out peacefully. I tried to calm everyone else that was around there. At that stage, I thought I was still going away just for questioning. But once down at the station, I was arrested and charged.
Sad to see that New South Wales has quickly become the new Victoria with its overreaching restrictions and CCP-style enforcement. So, the Rebel News Fight the Fines initiative in Australia, which has been supporting Aussies across the country for the past 18 months, will now be diverting some of our efforts on helping those going through hell across the border. If you've been caught up in the outrageous situation unfolding in New South Wales, please submit your story now at fightthefines.com.au. We'll do our best to help you. And this is only possible with the generosity of you watching this right now, our amazing viewers. So I'm going to ask again, if you're willing and you're able, please donate what you can to fightthefines.com.au so we can continue to take as many cases as possible, just like this egregious attack on a small family business you're about to see. Watch until the end, share it far and wide, and support if you can.
The owner of a Shell Harbour cafe also reported to police after workers refused to wear masks at the Village Fix. Anthony Real calls himself a freedom keeper, telling his customers on Instagram, "No mask, we won't ask."
Oh, such a naughty small family business. How dare they stand for freedom? Don't they know that it's some sort of dirty word in 2021? But really, what was their capital crime? The owner made it clear that they won't act unlawfully by making the public or their staff prove they're exempt from wearing masks. The fake media outrage led to a major police escalation against the Village Fix Cafe's owners in Shell Harbour, New South Wales.
2 police officers entered whilst we were still trading. I had 2 other staff members with me and asked me why I wasn't wearing a mask. And I simply just told them that I have an exemption for it. That wasn't good enough for them. They kept harassing me, asking me why I didn't have it, what was my reason behind it. And what I was under the understanding was that's my personal information that I have with a general practitioner or someone that I entrust with.
There was an absolute clear resistance of the cafe owner and those people at front of house to actually wear a mask.
Then they tried to blame me for encouraging staff to not wear a mask as well, which is what they've charged me for, and it's not true. They've crucified us through the media and made us look like the worst people ever. It was about making an example out of us. We had all the paperwork, we had everything that they could have wanted, but they made out that we didn't, and they just made out that we were breaking the law, basically, which we did not break the law. They were breaking the law.
Her and Anthony both had exemptions from their doctors, so they don't have to wear masks. But New South Wales Police not only refused to accept their exemptions, they also charged Natalie for forcing her staff not to mask up as well. By the way, it's clear from the shot footage that the owners have no issues with their staff wearing masks because, as you can see, some of the staff were wearing them at the time. So their big bad crime is really just making it public that they stand for freedom. The penalty for that crime, you ask? Well, Natalie and Anthony were both fined $1,000 each, and they were both criminally charged for not wearing the face mask. And on top of that, Natalie was slapped with that additional charge I just mentioned about her staff not wearing masks. But here's the real kicker. They were bailed on the condition that they don't re-offend.
If you break any of the
Inside,
New South Wales health regulation codes,
which we weren't in the first
which means
place.
wearing a mask inside hospitality or areas, it'll be a breach of bail and you'll be basically thrown into jail.
Till the court case.
Which is confusing to me in that I'm not wearing the face mask because I have an exemption, which is a lawful reason, yet my bail says otherwise.
Cameron, thank you once again for joining us. New South Wales lockdown has certainly thrown a number of cases your way. Tell us, Anthony, and Natalie. It is a shocking attack on small business, in my opinion. Where are we?
Well, at the moment, we're in the stage where we're making some representations to the police so that we can hopefully have this matter dealt with very quickly. Because the difficult position the New South Wales Police have placed Natalie and Anthony in is that as a condition of their bail, because they were both arrested in relation to these alleged offences, a condition of their bail is that they have to comply with the public health orders as they currently exist. Now, the New South Wales Police refuse to accept that Natalie and Anthony are actually exempt, which means that they could be potentially in breach of their bail just by going to their local shop in an indoor space while not wearing a mask. The assertion that's being given by the New South Wales Police is essentially they have to wear a mask if they're leaving the house because their position is they do not have a lawful exemption under Clause 17 2B of the public health order as it currently exists. And that obviously causes a great deal of difficulty to our clients, not only in going to their local shops to buy groceries for their 3 children, but also in opening their business. They haven't been able to open their business without fear of harassment from the New South Wales Police.
Well, fear of going to jail, because again, that's a condition.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, Harvey, because if they leave their house to go and open their business, they go to an indoor space, which is their business to conduct business, to put food on the table for their family, to earn the bread. They run the risk of being arrested for being in breach of their bail because the police don't accept that they're exempt. But if they don't go, they're equally at risk because they simply can't put bread on the table. They can't take care of their family. They can't earn an income. It puts our clients, who are very ordinary, good, law-abiding people, in a position where they are scared to go to their local shops.
It's made me so sick, and I've literally vomited because I can't believe that they can do this to people.
I'm very confused in which they can arrest us with an unlawful arrest,
And then we
have to fight it in a lawful way. How is that possible?
Presumption of innocence is, in all effects at the moment, really on its final breaths at this point in time. The pressure that is being placed upon the New South Wales Police to ensure compliance is basically overwhelming at this stage.
We're not going to let you go at this alone. The community is going to get behind you here at fightthefines.com.au. We're going to crowdfund your defence for the great lawyers you've been speaking to. Is there anything you want to tell the people out there that are supporting you, that are standing behind you by donating at Fight the Fines?
The only reason why we're able to do this right now and we're staying strong as a unit is because we've got a lot of community support.
Thanks to everyone in the Fight the Fines community who are helping make it possible for you guys to literally dedicate your 24/7. I'm speaking to you at the moment daily with different cases, but it's only possible with those at home that are around Australia and around the world, in fact, that are seeing what's the injustice that's happening here, that are helping contribute to fightthefines.com.au to make it possible. So thank you, and thanks to them.
Thank you very much, Harvey, and thank you to everyone in the Fight the Fines community. For Manny and I to be able to fight these fines is obviously the greatest thing that we can possibly hope for. And without that support, we really wouldn't be able to continue doing the work that we've been doing in order to fight for justice for people like Natalie and Anthony, who are being victimised once again by the arbitrary exercise of power.
The process for people like you is the punishment, as in, you know, you got $1,000 fine already and you've probably got a couple more coming, plus you've got the charges. You're looking at potentially tens of thousands of dollars just to prove your innocence. And that is exactly why we're stepping in as a community and we're crowdfunding this defense so it doesn't cost you a cent to fight and hopefully win. You've got a good team. We'll keep in touch. Stay strong. Know that there are thousands out there with you, and hopefully the next conversation we have, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's in a week, whether it's in a month, whether it's in 6 months, is that we beat all of this.
100%. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So this is a story people need to know. Police arrested and bailed Anthony and Natalie to show the public that they can turn a mere suspicion of a summary offence, not wearing a mask, with or without an exemption, which usually, if you are not exempt, only carries a maximum penalty of a fine. They can turn that suspicion into a jailable crime, breaching bail. All they need to do is charge you, have bail conditions placed on you, and suddenly the threat of a fine is escalated to the threat of a jail cell. That's why we need your help to ensure that we can stop the state from doing this. With your donations at fightthefines.com.au, please give what you can so we can afford whatever it costs to free Anthony and Natalie. And the more we raise, the more Aussie battlers we can fight for. Fightthefines.com.au. We cannot do this without you.